Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today is our first online class, so we will start from the first chapter, which is Introduction to Sets. In this video we will answer these three questions: what are sets, what are the elements of a set, and how do we represent a set. Let's start. What are sets? A set is just a collection of things or objects. In our daily life we often say set of books, set of copies, set of markers, set of colors, set of things we can see, set of things we cannot see. So these all define a set. A set is a collection of well-defined and distinct objects. For example, a set of books, set of days in a week, set of months in a year. These two words are very important: well-defined and distinct. In these examples, it's very clear that what we have to write in these sets. Set of books, it's mean we will just write name of books. It can be English book or any other name. A set of days in a week, we all know there are 7 days in a week, so we'll write their name. Set of months in a year, so we all know there are 12 months in a year, so it is also very clear. So these examples are very well defined, so these are sets. I have also explained it here. Well-defined objects. A set must be properly defined so that we can find out whether an object belongs to a set or not. Let's do these examples. A set of planets in our solar system. Is it well defined? Yes, it is. Why? Because we know there are 8 planets in our solar system. So we know what to write in this set. Set of vowels in the English alphabet. Is it set? Yes, it is. Why? Because we know what to write. Set of vowels A, E, I, O, U. A group of popular children in your school. Okay. Is it a set? No, it is not. Why? Because of this word, popular. This word is not well defined. Because a student that may be popular to you may not be popular to someone else. So it is not a set because it is not properly defined. A group of interesting books. Is it a set? No. Why? Because of this word again, interesting. A book that may appear interesting to you may be boring to another person. So these two are not sets because they are not properly defined, but these two are set because we can easily identify that what we have to write in these sets. But in these two cases, it's not clear. What are distinct objects? Distinct means different. The objects of a set must be all different. Means we cannot write the same words again and again. Let's look at this example. If a letter appears twice or thrice in a collection, it is written only once in the set. Therefore, the set of letters in the word Pakistan is okay. Set of letters in the word Pakistan. If we have to write a set, we'll write P. We will write A, comma, K, comma, I, S, T, comma. So I will not write A again. Why? Because it is already written here. So we don't repeat a word N. So this is a set of letters in the word Pakistan. And this is the way of writing a set. We will explain it in the next slide. Let's move to the next one. I hope the definition is clear now. Representation of a set. How do we represent a set? We always use capital letters to name a set. Capital letters are used to denote sets. All the objects of a set are written in curly brackets. We use this bracket just like we did in the previous example. All the objects are separated by commas. So we put commas. For example, the set of vowels in the English alphabet. So how do we write it? It is set of vowels, so I will name it capital V equal to, and curly bracket, set of vowels A, comma, E, comma, I, comma, O, comma, and U, and again curly bracket. So this is how we represent a Set. We always use capital letter to name a set, put curly brackets and write all the objects, things, or here it is a letter, so write all the letters in curly brackets and separate them by commas. Let's take another example. For example, a set of first 5 natural numbers. So we all know natural numbers start from 1. It is a set of natural numbers, so I am naming it with capital N, curly bracket, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and again curly bracket. So this is how we represent a set. Always use capital letter to name a set, always put curly brackets, and always separate the objects by commas. Elements of a set. The objects in a set are called elements of the set. So it's very clear from this point that whatever we write in the set are called elements of that set. Like in this example, in set A 2 4 6 8, there are 4 numbers written here. So these 4 numbers are called the elements of the set A. 2 4 6 8 are called elements of a set A. This point is very important. The second one, the elements of the set are said to belong to a set. This word belong, what does it mean? Belong. Like in this example, 2 is present in A, so we say 2 belongs to A. 4 is present in A, so we say 4 belongs to A. 6 belongs to A. 8 belongs to A. But if I ask, does 7 belong to set A? No, it is not. Why? Because 7 is not present in the set. 8 is not written anywhere here. So 7 doesn't belong to the set A. It's explained here further. Belongs to and doesn't belong to. Belongs to. We use this symbol to represent belong to or is an element of. For example, in a set, here it is example A 3, 6, 9, 10, 13, 8. Okay, how many elements are present here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 elements in a set A. 3, 6, 9, 10, 13, 18 are called the elements of set A. Okay. 3 belongs to A. Is it true? Yes, it is. Why? Because 3 is written here. 3 is present in the set A. 10 belongs to A. True, because 10 is present in a set A. So 10 also belongs to A. 7. 7 belongs to A? No, it is not. 7 doesn't belong to set A. And 4 doesn't belong to, we use this symbol. If I have to write 7 doesn't belong to A, so I will write 7 doesn't belong to A. This is how we write doesn't belong to. If I have to write 13 belongs to A, so I will write 13 belongs to A. So this is the symbol we use for belongs to, and this is for doesn't belong to. Like another example written here, in a set B, A, E, I, O, U, it is a set of vowels. C doesn't belong to B. It is true. Why? Because C is not present in a set B. If I ask I belongs to B? Yes, it does. So I will write I belongs to B. If I ask D, does D belong to B? No, it doesn't. So I will write D doesn't belong to B. So I hope the concept of belongs and doesn't belong to is clear now. Okay, examples. These are some examples I have taken from your book. It is on page 4, question number 3. I will do these questions and you have to do the remaining ones. Counting numbers less than 10. So what is the first step of writing a set? We denote with a capital letter. It is a counting numbers, so I can use N. Capital N. What is the next step? We put curly brackets. Curly bracket. Less than 10. 1. Separate it with comma. 2. Separate with comma. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8 and 9. 10, we won't write 10 because we have to write numbers less than 10. So this is a set of counting numbers less than 10. Let's move to the next example. Vowels in the word images. Okay, I will denote it with capital V. I is the vowel, M is not, so I won't write M. A is the vowel, G is not, so I will write E. There are 3 elements in this set. Next example, numbers less than 25 and divisible by 5. Okay, what does it mean divisible by 5? Means the numbers which can be divided by 5, which comes in the table of 5. So 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10, 5 threes are 15, 5 fours are 20, 5 fives are 25, 30, but we have to write just till here less than 25. I denoted with D. 5, 10, 15, 20. So there are 4 elements in this set. 5, 10, 15, 4, and these 4s are divisible by 5. Colors of national flag. Colors. Let's denote it with C, capital letters. So we all know there are 2 colors in our national flag. White, green. Okay, I have done these 4 examples. There is a question in your book, question number 3 on page 4. You have to do the remaining ones. See you in the next video. If something is not clear, you can ask me later. We'll discuss it later. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.